much in game number one. And we do have to say again, I'm going to emphasize it. Tundra need to win this game if they're going to stand any chance. This is their last series, I'm pretty sure. So if they don't take this one 2-0, they are out. If they win 2-0, then you're still relying on a few other results to go your way, most notably Na'Vi against Spirit. If Na'Vi lose their second game against Spirit, then we'll have a three-way tiebreaker to see which one of Beast Coast, Na'Vi, or Tundra gets through and which two get eliminated. So big stakes coming through from this one. All Beast Coast need to do to secure their spot is win. Actually, maybe even not. If Na'Vi wins and so do they still have to play a tiebreaker. So yeah, there's a lot to play for.
10 seconds.
Yeah, we could have. Wait, what could happen? Oh, there's so much. There's so much that could happen. I'm trying to see if there's even potential for other tiebreakers down at the bottom with like 6-6 score or something like that. But
if EG lose their two games, Boom have already won one of theirs. Have they? No, I'm wrong. There's potential for a lot of tiebreakers to happen. Yeah, but we're in the draft anyway. We got a lot of these bands coming out. Anytime you see a Winter Wyvern, you love to see that Night Stalker get the hell out of there because it just makes your life so difficult in a lot of these team fights. You've already got the Puck to contend with. You've already got a Dragon Knight that's eventually going to get that Blink Dagger to make things a little bit more difficult. You don't want a third thing.
Well, we saw that Snake had a pretty solid performance, honestly, with the Zeus in game one. Of course, that is banned out here from Beast Coast, but you feel like they might look for a very similar hero in regards to the Zeus to give over to Snake.
I don't think there's any other position 5s that scale quite to the extent that a Zeus does, though. Like, maybe an Enigma, if the draft fits it down the line, but I don't think that you could be saving an Enigma this late into the draft. It's also not really something that they pick on Tundra all that often. Kind of surprising. It does really fit the style that 33 likes to play, but he just doesn't pick it. Or the only other option would be like an Alchemist. They did Alchemist position 5 on the first day of the entire tournament, and they won one game and lost one game, but they haven't picked it since. So it is still a potential option.
Honestly, I really thought the Elk was going to be very popular here at the major. When I was watching back Tundra's replays and I saw 33. I think he played it 3. Yeah, he played 3 Elk games. He won every single Elk game. He went Radiance and just played as this pretty much carry Alchemist, and no one had an answer to it. And then pretty much in every other game after that, the Elk was getting first phase banned. So I'm quite surprised Tundra haven't gone back to it, because with the success they had on it and every other team they were versing felt like it was a must-ban hero.
Wonder if they're going to go into the Dazzle or the Warlock here. Both of them are those backline supports that can afford to play backline because you've already got a Puck and a DK that like to play a little bit more forward. Puck, of course, offensively, DK for pickoffs as well as just playing the role that Saxa did that time around. Of course, Dazzle, you're never going to be in range for a Winter's Curse, or you shouldn't, and Snaking's good enough to make sure that that doesn't happen, so you can save against that. You can also have the Chaotic Offering as a bit of a turnaround for Beast Coast if they get a great curse and are trying to swarm over the team fight in that regard. You can even Phoenix at this stage. It's not fantastic against the Wyvern and TA, but the Phoenix against TA, even just in lane, if you wanted to run at position 4, for example, you do a decent job at just burning through some of those refraction charges.
All right, gives you a lot of team fight now here for Tundra to be playing with, which is going to be a big advantage for them. Beast Coast need to find a way to be able to address the Supernova. Snap
Snap, Lena. What else is there?
5 seconds.
Not really the Dawnbreaker. We've seen,
I think,
Shadow Fiend a couple of times as well, done by Chris Smile. I think they're just holding this TA to be played mid, so maybe they just need the position 1, like is Jug banned? No, they still Snapfire. It's probably going to be a Whisper Snapfire coming through here. They've played it on 2, 3, 4, and 5, though, so it's not 100% revealed where exactly this is going to go. Is Jug banned? I would just Jug. Like, you can get aggressive with a Juggernaut.
Yeah, so I'm incredibly fine with the Jug to be picked up. Like, if I was going to say, if I have any issues about the Jug, it's just that it shows their lanes. That's my only thing.
What about an Alchemist then?
On Beast?
Mm-hmm. Can lane well into the Puck, gives you even more minus armor when you've already got 2. Pop the Chemical Rage, you attack a lot faster, so you can deal with the egg.
I don't think you can Elk and T. I think that's a bit too greedy. because I think TA is almost like TA is your win condition hero, and Elk is a dead hero for the first pretty much Radiant's BKB.
Depends how you build it though. Like
That is a good point. Sure, yeah.
Like you can just go more points in the concoction and be like the lane dominator. It deals way too much damage in lane.
I would like to see them, because I think the snap is going to be a core. I'd like to see them go more like that position 4 melee roamer for Gojira. We've seen him thrive on the Earth Spirit. The Clockwork is something.
That's what I was thinking. Yep. Just something to catch the puck.
That's also that. Oh man, dude,
it's a great Nyx game actually. Puck
game,
and Phoenix.
I cannot believe we both didn't say something. That's a great Nyx game. Oh my.
What can you even look to go into this? Maybe something like a Lion or a Shadow Shaman if you're wanting to get a little bit more tempo for your lineup. Again, you can kind of afford to because you've got this Puck and DK on your lineup. And, just to have something additional to enable you to push is always a nice thing. The way to counter Nyx a lot of the time is split push, split push a little bit or just push in general. You don't have that with Puck, Dragon Knight, and Phoenix. But the other way is Hex. And... Lion and Shadow Shaman don't do any damage with that. You're never going to be able to carapace it. So you just get one off into another stun, and then the rest of the team follows up. You kill off the Nyx really, really quickly.
Do you feel like it's... Because I feel like it's more than likely a Saxa Dragonite, and I still think they're looking for their 3 and their 1, and they're going to leave 33-0 to last. But you feel like you'd rather the DK in a core role this game?
I think it can be in a core role this game. Just going back to the old Skitter special, huh? CK into Wyvern isn't great, though.
Yeah, that is really the big reason why I did not bring it up. I thought they were going to do it after the first phase, because it's a pretty good matchup versus the Templar Assassin in regards to you have a crap load of illusions, so you're able to deal with the refraction relatively well, and you can just melt through the TA's health pool. But I felt like the Winter Wyvern was enough of a deterrent for Skeeter to pick this hero up, but they do really like Phoenix and CK together.
I suppose. I mean, they're going to ban out a lot more of those ratty style of heroes, right? You've got a Nyx Assassin that doesn't deal too well with them. The other 3 kind of do, but TA doesn't want to get run down either, so... you could just see, obviously, the Beastmaster's gone, Visage gone, Lycan gone. They don't pick, like I was saying before, the Enigma with all that much frequency, and I really don't feel like you can into a TA Wyvern lane anyway. So what is left for 3-3 to go? Is Death Prophet in the pool? It's not a terrible DP game. They just need more frontline to be able to protect this Phoenix. Or do they? I think it'd be nice just to give him a much freer game. And he absolutely needs to get an early Aghanim Shard against a Nyx Assassin.
10 seconds.
We are also
not Doom because it's banned. Go ahead.
We are also looking for Beast Coast last pick in regards to more than likely K1's hero. There's that DP ban like you were mentioning. But you're going to put the Puck mid, so TA very happy with going into the Puck in the middle lane. So we are looking for a hero for K1 to be able to play. He doesn't know his lane matchup, so... do you feel like yep, just go for a hero that's pretty good into a lot of matchups?
Got into a lot of matchups, some good damage to be able to deal with the CK illusions as well. I mean, if you get your Jingo up and then you Boundless Strike all those Phantasm, they take a lot more damage, so you heal for a lot more as well. Again, decent in lane against the Dragon Knight, although, like you've been saying, it's probably going to be the 4 DK, but you want to force that just so that you have the potential to not run them over, but be in a better spot in these earlier team fights, because Nyx is another one of those heroes that does fall off as it gets to the later stages. Not as much against the Puck and the Phoenix, I suppose, but the impact certainly isn't as strong as it is around that like level 7 to 12 timing that he has.
I just feel like it's...
Could they... They couldn't Luna, I don't think.
I think
it's
into
too
CK.
squishy.
Yeah.
I
think you're going to have an issue with CK getting on top of you. Like, you got Puck, DK, and Chaos Knight that's just going to jump on top of you. And I don't think you'll ever get on near the egg. And also, you want a hero that doesn't particularly want to be farming near the Ancients, because that's TA's spot. So it does make it very difficult for what hero they give over to Beast Coast.
Ursa? Wraith King, okay.
Oh, the old staple K1 Wraith King. Okay.
But I mean, if you're dying once, you're dying twice, right? This game. The CK is going to kill you. The puck's going to be able to follow up. You're going to have at least the fire spirits, if not the sunray. So I'm not as positive about this. Like, the lane is going to be fine with the puck, unless they go for a flex and put like DK mid and puck off lane or something crazy like that. But I just think it's a little bit too greedy on Beast Coast side.
Yeah, I think you can match the greediness on Tundra. Like, again, we spoke about 33. He can play this Alchemist if he wants. I don't... Radiance into Nyx Assassin can be... Yeah, there can be
even
a bit of a
just the acid
deterrent.
spray into the Nyx, you know? You don't even need the Radiance for it to be a little bit awkward. Maybe they monkey. No, they're still Alk. Okay. I wonder where they're going to put this as well. This might be that... Is it the 5 Alk? It's mostly going to be Snake Kings. But Saxa plays a good one too.
See what the call is going to be. Saxa on the Dragon Knight.
You would assume it's a Snake King Phoenix.
I would imagine that's... I don't think you want to run... Yeah, so there we go. So 33 in all the games that he played, he went this Radiance route. You mentioned, and I'm 100% in agreement, I think Radiance in general versus Nyx and also Acid Spray, but besides the point, just a Radiance item against Nyx can give you an opportunity to get that initial stun into the follow-up afterwards. But the offlane Alk is very versatile in his item build. He can definitely go down a different route if he feels that is required in a game like this. But you also mentioned that Beast Coast, they had a greedy lineup. Like this last pick Wraith King really shows how greedy their lineup is, and Tundra, they match that with the last pick Alchemist. So I feel like we're going to be in for a good game. Probably a long game here, though.
Yes, that's right. But again, Alchemist is another one of those heroes that, I said it before, if Wraith King dies once, he's dying again. Like, you're still going to have the acid spray on the ground. You're probably going to have the concoction up again, but you'll still be inside that chemical rage. Even just in the laning phase, like, I suppose the Wraith King, the Wyvern's never going to be right there in the lane, so you shouldn't be getting stunned on Stinger, but it leaves K1 a little bit on his own. But if anyone does get stunned inside of an acid spray, DK does a lot of damage. Like, you are going to actually just get bodied if that's the case. It might even just be one of those surprise early concoctions from the trees, use that to combo into the Dragon Tail and the acid spray to be able to pick up some early kills.
It might... Oh...
I mean, of course, one other thing that I wanted to mention, sorry, with the Alchemist, with the Radiance, and the Acid Spray, good against the Refraction instances on the TA. Same sort of thing with the Phoenix, hell, even the Dragon Knight, right? With the Aghanim Shard, Puck, Witchblade, it's more stuff that's just going to be able to make that a non-factor until that BKB is available. And it really does emphasize the fact that it is a greedy lineup. Like, TA really does not want to fight until she has that BKB available. So it makes things a little bit awkward for Beast Coast.
Back onto your point about kind of how the Alchemist and DK are going to look to play their lane. I actually think they have to avoid this lane. I don't... Like, that's a double strength matchup into a Winter Wyvern, and also, like, Wraith King's a pretty strong laner as well. So you can just chuck out a Wraithfire Blast when Sting is looking to harass Saxa on the side, and then that's pretty much 2/3 of his health gone. So I don't think Tundra can actually match this lane, and this is often something we see from them. They're one of the few teams that are very happy with going for double melee in the offlane. AUI spoke... when he was playing with Arkosh for a little bit, he was speaking to
about
Jenkins.
The Power of the Dire.
Yeah, Power of Dire, and just saying like that you can run 2 melees because you don't have to worry about the lane, because you can just continue to pull and you can pick a hero that's better for the game instead of going for like a good lane matchup. And that's really something we see often from Tundra, where they go this double melee, completely look to avoid. Like, that is something they do in 70% of the games, and that could be a generous statistic as well. It definitely feels
I think it's
like
80
they are.
plus.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Like, they really like doing this, and we see often they were kind of the ones like with the position for Doom getting really greedy. So we'll see. I gotta stop talking. I have a fight breakout. Yo,
never
like
stop
this.
talking, Ares. You're a gem.
Snaking. No. Maybe go Jiro. Oh, it's just I was like, no, don't level up dive. This a bad scenario if you have to go dive. What are they doing? Snaking. They're looking at...
They're changing the lanes again.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, look at Beast Coast always do this, man. They're going another aggro. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay.
Beast Coast and aggression?
Crazy.
Surprise.
The reason why I find it interesting is just the fact that right now tri-lanes are, we don't see them. We haven't seen tri-lanes really in quite some time. So the fact that whenever I do see a tri-lane come out, or even just a lane swap in general, like it's always interesting to see that the teams are looking to read on the matchups. As 33 is getting bodied by this Arctic Burn.
And K1's already been able to deny 2 creeps as well, so 33 already going to be a little bit behind on the experience front. Uncharacteristic miss on the deny there coming through, but still, that's a pretty big deal, just being able to slow down their progress through towards the lane.
They do have to get a lot out of top early, because I think level 2 bottom, Whisper's going to be in a bit of trouble from Tundra's combo. It does always look like Beast Coast are very comfortable with leaving Whisper in a solo matchup. He's got incredible lane mechanics, but I'm a bit concerned about how he can get out of this lane as soon as Tundra get level 2. Yeah,
and Skitter's making sure to deny as much away as well from that Snapfire.
30, he should be dead here. He's just going to look to get as many CS as possible, shove out the lane. Oh, he's got Tango run away now. There we go. Gets the stun. K1. Wraith Fire Blast is still on cooldown. They're doing a decent amount of damage into the Alchemist as well, but Hank, what's Saksa? He finds first one. He's got the Dragon Tail as well. No way 33 lives. No chance. Okay. Gojira gets the kill. How did Tundra find a 2-for-1 trade in that? I am mind blown.
I told you, bro. The DK hits like a truck in the early game. You had the acid spray, I believe, still on the Winter Wyvern, which is why Stinger had to go down there. He's only got the 3 armor, and the acid spray reduces that down to -1. It's a big increase in damage.
I really just thought, 33 is like, all right, I'm dead here. I'm just going to look to shove the lane, get under the tower. Then when I respawn, it will be back towards my side. And like, no, we can continue right click here. We're Gucci.
As expected, though, having a look at one of the other lanes, mid lane, C-Smile already opening up a little bit of a net worth lead against 9 on the puck. Of course, very, very hard to contest into this as the Fairy Dragon. 1 armor. Pretty pathetic, but, even the most broken heroes need to have their weaknesses, and that refraction just means that 9's never going to be able to trade as effectively.
Should be able to get Gojira. I should spray tick afterwards. Not going to be enough. Saksa is playing with the boots though, but he's not going to continue the chase, so decent amount of damage onto the next assassin. 33 does eat some right clicks as well.
Oh, Whisper bot side. He's got a Reality Rift and stunned. No body blocks to be able to prevent him to get away, but still continuing to force him to be down towards the bottom of the net worth. At least he's getting a good amount of experience.
Top lane's in trouble as well. They have just left the Alchemist alone. It looks like Zarks are playing off the back of the pull instead, so poor 33. He will have a lane that's shoved in though, so as soon as he respawns, it's going to have a lot of creeps and bottom lane Whisper. Will Tango? No, not enough snaking. That's a big kill to find. This Phoenix really plays off the back of levels.
Tons of value coming through here. Even just, speaking about levels, giving Skeeter that solo experience underneath the tower. He's got a double wave there. It's going to do a good job to deny away a lot of this experience from the Snapfire. They need to change up their plan a little bit, because I wouldn't feel confident in Snapfire coming back down bottom. He still is going to, because he has to, but it's not a place that he really wants to be.
Nice rotation out of Gojira though. They're able to take away the water rune from 9. So he might have to... They won't have a bounty actually to play with as well for the Pox, so... He's not going to have too many resources to work with, and this is kind of a lane that he needs the resources. Snaking? He's looking for a solo kill on Gojira, but he's able to reposition.
Still got that last fire. Spirits might toss it out into the high ground.
What the... What? I don't... What? Whisper was just right-click him, and Skeeter walked to try and CS, and Whisper just jumped in with a cookie. I'm surprised he didn't tip him, because that was just no respect coming out from Skeeter.
That's just outskill. That's all that is. I was not looking at this bottom side, because I'm like, well, Whisker's going to play really defensively because it sucks leading into this Chaos Knight, but what do I know?
I wonder... I like that Gojira's coming down bottom. They are a little bit away from level 6 on Whisper, so I'd like to see Whisper get solo experience and Gojira kind of hide in the tree line. See if they have the damage without the Mortimer Kisses to go.
This is a bait. Rolled high on the stun, otherwise they might have been able to turn that one around. Instantly with the D-Ward as well. Very nice. Presence of Mind coming through there from Snaking. Level 4 as well on this Phoenix. Right now he's going to emphasize a little bit away from the Sunray just for that early game effectiveness, punish, or make up perhaps for the greed that we're going for on 33. Speaking of him, he's been the target up on this top side.
No points in concoction from 33.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the minus armor though, right? Like, look at the heroes that are up here. Wraith King, 2 armor. Wyvern, 3. And now you've got -5, -6 actually armor now that he's level 5 on the Alchemist. So it's hard to CS into this.
Power runes. He Smile's going to be able to get the illusion and actually jumps on forward to play with it. So illusion, nothing crazy that he's going to get out of it. Might hold it just in case they get aggressive so he can purge off the slow from the trap. Really looking to see how 9 can put his stamp on this early game. Of course, going to be able to rotate a lot easier than the Templar Assassin, but maybe he also feels like he wants to get a pretty good timing in the Witchblade.
At least this time around, we're seeing from the Wraith King a bit of a different style of K1's build, right? He's not going the Midas. He's going straight into the Armlet, Desolator after that. It also frees up the TA to want to go into that BKB that I was talking about previously because you're against all of these damage over time spells. So if you could just look to avoid the Deso and have the Wraith King do that for you, I think that's a big win.
Do you like that he's going Deso though instead of like an Armlet Blink BKB so he can be more of the initiator?
I think Wraith King doesn't care as much about the damage over time as Chris Smile does. So I think it was important for someone else to fulfill that role. Again, you want to be capable of turning around and saying, "Hey, I'm ready to fight into you, Alchemist," before you snowball out of control.
Bottom lane, Whisper with the cookie on forward, Snaking does get the dive away, but not a lot of distance. So one more right click from Whisper is going to be able to secure another kill onto Snaking's Phoenix.
Right now they're just waiting for that Tranquils to come off cooldown. Another bounty rune secured by Gojira. Might even be looking to play around that 8-minute rune just to deny it away from 9, because as of right now, he hasn't made any of those rotations through just yet. Just had the chainmail delivered through to him, which makes his life a little bit easier. But until he picks up that Witchblade, he doesn't really want to stay there.
Mid lane, they might look for a coil into the kill onto the Nyx, and yeah, that's going to be the play with Snaking moving on over. Gojira's going to do a decent job to hold them back with the Impale, but another Fire Spirit will land. Down goes Gojira. We saw C-Smile back into the jungle, was trying to farm some stacks and give the lane over to the Nyx Assassin, but unfortunately, Tundra already aware of this and secured the kill with the Nyx being vulnerable.
Snaking even pathing his way on through. If I was him, I would be looking up into the triangle, just seeing if there were any of those stacks built up for the TA, but as of right now, he just blocks up the small camp, takes it away from him, and acts like a nuisance.
Snaking. This trap might actually get the kill. Is the regen going to be enough? One more right click, in fact, will do the job. Very nicely done from C-Smile. He's got plenty of traps to work with, and they're continuing to enable him as well with all the sentries nearby proving to be an issue. Bottom lane, Skeeter. He's getting chased down. Do they have anyone rotating? TPs are at the ready. A cookie on forward. Nice sidestep from Skeeter, but still the Mortimer Kisses along with the backstab out of Gojira. Skeeter, stop with the dancing shoes, my guy. He should still go down in the end. Oh my, they made him work for it though.
Phoenix is coming. He wants to get that solo kill onto Gojira, brings him up to level 6. Obviously very important for a Phoenix. Has enough gold now for the Tranquils, so now I'm expecting to see a little bit more emphasis given over to the Sunray once he maxes out the Fire Spirits. He just wants to have that farming potential for himself, rotate a little bit more through the jungle, pick that up, and ensure that he has the Aghanim Shard right at that 15-minute timing. Because, like I said before, it's so important to have that. It's like a pseudo BKB against the heroes like the Nyx Assassin. You just Sunray, immediately go into the Supernova if you're in a good spot, and then suddenly the Spike Carapace isn't actually accounted to you.
Radiant just fortified.
Now, what do we feel like this game's going to shape up in like around the 20-minute stage? Because with how I'm looking at it, Tundra, they're going Midas on Skeeter, and you've got this Alchemist. I feel like they're going to scale much better than beastcoast, but I'll hold that thought because we do have a bit of a fight occurring in the river. Snake King's got the Supernova to play with, along with Coil as well. But 9 actually didn't jaunt on forward top lane though. 33, he's going to go down as well with the Chemical Rage on cooldown. He was looking to try and shove the lane out, but Whisper and K1 in combination together get a big kill.
As for that 20-minute mark, I think it's just going to be how effective Tundra are at being able to stop C-Smile from continuing to farm. Because, you know, this is an Alchemist. He's still at the top of the net worth from that, I guess you can call it position 1 role, right? He's playing in the top lane. 33 is a very greedy guy. But they've been able to secure a tower for themselves. They've been able to get this gigantic stack that wasn't scouted out previously by Snake King. And so you're going to have this Blink, BKB, Dragonlance timing on C-Smile, and you're going to have this Desolator, potentially BKB on K1. That seems like it's going to be too much for Tundra to handle, and it's a lot of pushing potential as well.
Yeah, that's my big concern here, that I feel like the first Roche on Beast Coast with all these items being completed, you know, potentially playing with double BKBs is something that Tundra won't be able to deal with. And if they can get past that first Roche and be at a stage where they're not too far behind in net worth to be able to contest the second Roche, then I feel like they're in a great position. But it's just the early game when Beast Coast get their items that they have to be worried about. Is Snake King, a beautiful solo kill. He's having a really good game, man. A lot of experience. Level 7 on the Phoenix, and he's got a decent amount of net worth to play with as well. So that could help out with their late game with how the Phoenix can have a lot of control through these team fights.
Yeah, like I was saying before, it's really important that he does secure that farm. He needs to make sure he gets into that Aghanim Shard right at the 15-minute mark so that he's able to take these key team fights around the Roche Pit, for example. Sure, it might not do too much against the Wraith King and the TA, but it's more about sustaining your team. I mean, you've got... Look at your frontliners that you've got. A CK, a DK, and a Alchemist. 3 strength heroes that are going to benefit massively from all of those levels.
Radiant looking to smoke and invade the triangle. They know that Saxra is making some stacks. Should be able to get the kill onto the DK for the moment. Meanwhile, inside the mid lane, however, the Snapfire should be able to deal with the Supernova. Whisper's going to look to jump up as well, controlling 9. A beautiful curse from
Great
Stinger.
curse.
Taunts multiple heroes together, as now 33 is going to be in some trouble. Skeeter needs to look to enter to be able to cancel the Mortimer Kisses. He'll be able to do so, but 33's already gone down, and now Skeeter's going to be next on the chopping block as Beast Coast looking for the full 5-man wipe, and they should be able to find it. A cookie on forward. K1's got the crit to cancel out the life. Beast Coast find 5.
Stinger MVP of that fight, you got to say, right? He's even going to be able to get a stack off after all is said and done. It's just that big team fight impact, right? You had the damage over time, being able to punish the TA, and sure, you get that kill, but it's such a big investment to be able to do it. That's what's so great about heroes like the Alchemist, like the DK, like the Phoenix with all of your sustain. If you're hard to kill, then what are you meant to do? That Winter's Curse just completely turns it all around, right? Locking one of the more vulnerable heroes in place, allowing 33, who I believe at the time did already have the Sacred Relic picked up as they patrolled through the dire triangle and saw what he did.
I think for Tundra though, their game plan is just always being ready to defend this tier 1 tower. If you lose some heroes though, Beast Coast is just going to move on forward. The Wraith King siege is incredibly fast with the TA as well. So Tundra, really the name of the game is to keep that tower alive because of how greedy their lineup is.
Also,
Just Midas. So.
Please no, man. There's no need. What's the point?
Should be able to get the kill into the Nyx. Even pop the coil for this. They're going to go into the Vendetta. If they got detection, they will have detection, right? Alright, there we go. So Nyx Assassin's going to go down. They do have to keep their eyes on mid, though. A Glyph will hold back the push from Beast Coast, and even Snake King's going to look to clean up the wave.
Oh, you're against a Phoenix and a Puck and an Alchemist. Just get the Blink Dagger, bro. It's so good.
Did Radiant's bottom tower just fall? Don't answer that.
Can you... I can definitely see the reasoning behind the Midas. Like, if they feel like this game's going to go ultra late. Well,
I get it.
Skeeter, this is... Don't farm here. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
Of course he's going to farm there.
Yeah, and they already TP'd to the other location. Trying to defend the T1 tower mid means that no one will be able to move bottom. Really nice read out of Beast Coast. They push the lane in, force some reaction to defend the tower, and then they recognize that if we go down to try and kill off Skeeter, no one else will be able to give him some assistance.
But at least he used his Midas, so it's not the end of the world. It'll be about a 5-second downtime, but it's still okay. The other thing as well, it's nothing out of the ordinary for Whisper. This is the build that he looks to go every single time. Just boots or power treads straight into that Aghanim Scepter. So it even makes up for the fact that you might not have one of those Blink Daggers super early on. Let's say for the Wraith King, I believe he's got his Desolator coming out to him now. So you just go Deso... I guess you could start to go into the BKB, but you don't really need it, right? You've hit a lot of your timings. Just get C-Smile into his, and I think you're very happy.
Do C-Smile went Agshot at the second item? What's your thoughts on
Phoenix.
This? Okay.
Yeah.
So do you really just feel like it's a Phoenix is a big reason why?
I mean, a bit of the puck as well, right? Always good if you're able to catch him out. Like here, they might pop it, silenced.
Perfect. Sunray might actually be enough. They don't finish their meal as 9. They're able to jaunt to the higher ground. Tundra, they will keep the puck alive. With the coil on cooldown, let's see what they want to get out of this now. It's like just the regen, no consideration about getting an objective.
We do have the Sceptor finished up by Whisper, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing a gobble up very shortly. Just about getting vision right now to be able to find the right target. There we go, backlines invaded.
DK should be killed off with ease. That sucks it down and out of the count, and this Tower 1 tower is going to go down with it.
Hopefully for C-Smile's sake, he's not going into the Desolator as well. Looks like he's just carrying the casual Blightstone. Good amount of value for a TA, and he's got the Blink Dagger coming out to him as well. So yeah, really liking the itemization across the board coming through from Beast Coast right now. And with that Desolator that K1 has, plus a couple points in the Little Shredder, plus the meld, this Roshan is going to melt.
Good job, I guess.
Pretty standard now. Just some tier 2 items. Use that to be able to continue the push on forward. Get your BKBs if you don't have them already, and just rinse and repeat. You don't have long cooldowns to be able to play around, right? The longest one is basically Gobble Up. You don't really want to be using the Mortimer's Kisses all that much on Snapfire right now. That's honestly probably the lowest part of your damage potential.
Do we feel like Tundra in a position where they can still take team fights into this Aegis, or are they looking to split up the map?
I think they're waiting for this level 12 on the Phoenix. He'll have his, he's got the Aghanim Shard, he'll have his level 4 Sunray, he'll have level 2 Supernova. Of course, it's still into the Snapfire, it's still into a Winter Wyvern that's going to be able to deal with it from afar with the Arctic Burn, but it's going to make team fights a little bit more manageable. Gojira is not who you want to run into, though.
Not at all. Oh,
triple stun!
Look at the stun! They line up for C-Smile, but they're able to turn it around with the Supernova. Core's gonna get broken. They're gonna try and kill off the Templar Assassin, but the Winter's Curse holds back Tundra. Now the reinforcements have shown up to turn this fight back around. They're able to reset the position. 9 jaunts towards the Wraith King's location. Is going to try and play around with the Fog of War. K1 has the Wraith Fire Blast coming up shortly, and the crit as well. He cuts away the life of the position 2 on Tundra.
708 damage that did to the puck, and keep in mind this is a puck holding that Witchblade, so he has a little bit of armor, but not enough apparently. A little bit surprised that Chris Luck was a little bit off the mark, sorry, excuse me, Whisper, with those Mortimer's Kisses. Wasn't even able to clean up Saxa, so the fact that they only got one hero out of that amazing setup coming through from the Spike Carapace is a little surprising, but still, you'll take it. Oh, that Observer Ward just out of range as well of this one, unblocking the Ancient Stack. Even just getting the Philosopher's Stone, bringing Stinger closer to that Blink Dagger. It feels like Beast Coast are in the box seat to be able to take this game. They're hitting all of their timings. They're moving well as a team. It's not too much that Tundra could do about it until they pick up some BKBs of their own. And Blink Daggers in particular. Chaos Knight, Puck, they're getting close. So is the DK actually. Only about 300 to 500 left. But Beast Coast, they're in a state where, well, we've got our Aegis for the next 2.5 minutes. Let's just keep pushing on forward. Force them to defend, or you're going to be losing some of your map. You really don't want to be losing this this triangle if you're the Tundra greedy alchemist farming lineup.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall?
It is scary still though from Beast Coast. Like, you are going into a lineup that has incredible team fight. We're still looking for that level 2 Supernova from Snaking. And if their positioning is not on point from the Snapfire, of course his Blink, if he wants to go for it before the treads, is definitely going to help out with dealing with the egg. But Tundra just need to look to avoid and make sure they... Snaking. Oh, look at the toss in, man. 33. Oh, he's going to have to BKB as well. He wasn't able to find a unstable concoction target, so that is your first BKB usage of the game, and 33 gets nothing out of it.
Just 960 damage through with that double damage on the PA onto the Phoenix. Just, sorry, the TA onto the Phoenix. They ended up taking the Tome for Suxer. I wonder if he's actually... I don't know if he used it. Maybe he put it back into the base. I think he might have, or it's sitting around somewhere because he was level 9 prior to it. Maybe just really wanting that level 10 for the Breathe Fire damage reduction as he is a position 4, but I still feel like it's so important for Snaking to reach up to that level 12.
Oh. I didn't think they'd go high ground with his ages, but they feel like they're in a position where they can, and I don't blame him. There's a big kill on the Phoenix. They're going to dive the T4 towers. Tundra, they're not set up to react. A buyback's coming up, but they're going to capitalize on the deep attempt. But the coil holding 3 heroes into place. But where's the damage? A curse only onto Skeeter. So they should be able to deal with the Nyx Assassin. And meanwhile, 33, he's looking for the +1 as well. Sting is going to try and TP out. Really nice TP location from the Winter Wyvern.
It cost them a buyback onto the Phoenix, and it does feel like that is the one hero that could potentially turn around this game for Tundra. It's still a little bit until you're going to be able to get into the AC on the Alchemist. He might, at this rate, even go into something like the Shivas. Probably not. I mean, you need to protect the rest of your team from just getting gimped by this TA.
I do like this item choice from Snaking. He has the capability to win a fight for Tundra if he gets his abilities off. And he's priority number 1 for Beast Coast. So the Antis picked up is going to give him that opportunity to at least get the egg off and Sunray before he's blown up.
And they've almost reached that state where, again, they're going to be able to shove out these lanes really effectively. Suxer taking a lot more of the dangerous farm. Again, he is a position 4, so if you're making a heavy rotation for this, it's not going to feel all that great. Almost reaching up to that level 12, getting closer to the Aghanim Shard. And again, it's just all about delaying the game right now for Tundra. Beast Coast have the tools, though, to be able to punish this. Boots of Travel queued up for Whisper.
Oh my lord.
Suxer.
Oh, he did blink to TP somewhere. Oh no, Suxer. Oh, we'll make him work for it at least. My guy. But you see instantly the read from Tundra. Just get the other lane shoved out. Snaking's going to push mid. They're going to be able to push top as well on 9. And the read is just continue to stall. Continue to play the split push game. Because 9, he's working into a Boots of Travel next. So, again, they are really just avoiding Beast Coast at all costs.
I wonder if this is a game that C-Smile chooses to go into an early Aghanim Scepter, considering they are going for this split pushy style. Like, you've already got the Boots of Travel onto Whisper, and it is important so that you can keep up in farm somewhat, but to me it feels like they're trying to specifically counter the style that Tundra did in the previous game, where you just didn't have anywhere on the map to be able to farm because the supports did such a great job at pushing in.
The traps.
See this rainbow TP.
They're not going to see the rotations, actually. He doesn't get a glimpse of them moving down bottom, and now C-Smile's in trouble. BKB into the TP out. Do they have the damage with 9's right clicks? They do not. But really nice read out of Tundra, recognizing that Beast Coast, they were only playing with 1 person behind the Templar Assassin.
Was a lot of TPs expended for it, though, so we see K1 as well as Whisper move towards the top side of the map, trying to take as much of that away as possible. Gajira quick on the fingers there to make sure he's able to avoid the Blink Chaos Bolt from the CK. But it does give them some freedom to play up towards top if they were really wanting to, right? The tier 2 tower, it's going to be an important tool just to not have that TP location available for Tundra when this second Aegis is the main
9
priority.
down bottom's in trouble. Go tier. Oh, look at the damage. He almost solo kills 9. But Tundra, they're looking to come to take the team fight. Skeeter's going to be in with the damage for the moment. The Sunray buying some valuable times to get the damage out. They're dealing with the refraction as well. A C-Smile's down and out of the count, but K1 is looking to clean up. Will crit away the life of Skeeter. They're going to turn to deal with 9 next as well as Stinger finds the curse onto 2. Whisper's got the gobble up as well with the chain control, and that is perfect. perfect. The turnaround, all off the back of Stinger's curse.
They were just so... They're too far ahead on Beast Coast right now. I know it doesn't seem like it. It's only a 3k net worth lead, but you have to remember that this is an Alchemist that you're playing up into. And they're just doing a fantastic job that even, you know, a fully leveled up Sunray isn't enough to be able to just enable the survivability of this Chaos Knight. They've really, they had the AC actually. You just need a little bit more armor on the CK itself, because right now he's getting chunked down by TA and Wraith King.
Dude, look at that, man. Gojira, he didn't even have the level 15 talent. So now he's going to have more mana burn. He almost just solo killed the puck to start that fight.
Like, that is the permanent Sunray onto Skeeter, and he's still dying. Like, this is a really big deal that this is a factor in this game. You couldn't have done much better there on Snake King's side, to be honest. The positioning was on point, playing on the high ground. Maybe at the very end, that's a little bit more on 33 just to go a bit closer to him, but... yeah, it's looking grim if you're a Tundra fan.
That was really the replay just highlighted how incredible of a positioning we saw out of Stinger on the Wyvern. And it's going to get easier. He's got Glimmer Cape. It looks like he's considering a Yule Scepter next as well. A little bit extra mobility. Gives him also almost a get out of jail free card if he has the opportunity to get it off. I mean, a Philosopher's Stone's really going to help out with him finding some of these defensive items. So see, it does feel like Tundra have so many heroes that need to die first.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix is #1 priority, by far.
Who are they looking to kill, though, at the side of the fight for Tundra? Is it... because it feels like you have issues with everyone. Like, if you don't deal with the Nyx Assassin, then 9 doesn't feel safe in the fight. If you don't kill TA, then you see Smile's just going to obliterate your heroes. And if you don't kill off the Wyvern, then you got the cursed turnaround. Zoxo?
Yeah.
A jump? Nyx Assassins, see if they're able to get rid of him to start the fight. It's not the greatest curse as well to the right side. It's a pretty decent fight for Tundra. Let's see if they're going to look to continue it on. With the coil into the river, Snake King's going to have to follow up as well with the Supernova drop. There's no way to be able to deal with the egg. As they try it with the little Shredder, they're able to bring down the Snapfire. Oh, Roche is up in 30 as well. This could be a big opening for Tundra.
Going to be able to see it instantly. That CK illusion's wearing off in another 5 seconds, so someone's going to need to stay hanging around. More importantly, someone needs to put some detection right outside it, because playing against a TA will know instantly that it's up, and they'll be able to respond to that accordingly.
Okay, one.
Will they stay standing in here? Oh, it just came up.
I don't think they can take this.
You got a lot of minus armor, my dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. They don't have egg, though, so they have to get it really goddamn fast. They have to... you gotta kill the trap. Okay, one. He blinks in. They're gonna try and target down Sarkstrom for the moment. The Sunray, not enough to keep his life. I think you have to give up this, Roche. I don't think you can contest this without Supernova.
Could be a fancy steal looking to come through.
They're going to make the attempt. 33. He needs to make some infantry slots. He's not going to look to jump into the middle, though. Off to the left side, 33 should be able to escape with the curse along the neutrals as well, so they'll get all the duration required so Beast Coast can look to surround 33. We'll be able to TP out, though. There's no way to go through the magic community. Hang on. Meanwhile, what's going on to the right side? Dragged onto the cliff. They're going to pull him away as well. Skeeter just blows up C Smile. Oh, my lord. Look at the damage.
Yeah, when you were talking about who they need to focus on Tundra to be able to kill on Beast Coast, TA is, again, absolutely able to die. But probably not when you're with the rest of the team, right? Like, you just need to make sure that the Wyvern is there with the Cold Embrace. You're going to be fine. A vast majority of the damage coming through on Tundra right now is physical. It's basically only the Sunray and a little bit from the Puck. But Puck's not going to kill you with her spells into a Cold Embrace. Phoenix might. It's a lot of damage, especially as Snake King continues to scale. If he can get up to that level 20 for the extra max health Sunray damage, that could be a factor. So... it's just worrying about, can you get off the BKB? If not, really doesn't feel like the TA can die if you're playing with the rest of the team.
Yeah, that's a question. If you are going to be with the team, then it could be a different story. But I feel like for Tundra here, they have to be really happy. They're only down 3,000 gold, which is still, like, you have an Alchemist lineup. Usually you're the ones with the net worth lead. But that second Roche, for me, was what they needed on Beast Coast to end this game. We already saw them try high ground before on the first stages. But really, the second one was what they needed to close this game out. And every minute after this stage, I think Tundra will continue to grow in strength.
They got a big courier snipe though. Snake King's Aeon disc, 2 of the components were removed by Gojira. He always just seems to live inside the dire triangle whenever he's playing on this Radiant side, placing a ward up.
Skeeter might be in
10
trouble.
minutes. Who have they found here?
Gojira's able to run into the Chaos Knight. They're going to gobble up and toss K1 into the middle. Skeeter, he's in trouble. The team's behind him, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Meanwhile, inside the lane as well, Sarks, he's going to be in trouble. They'll get the kill, but the coil turnaround, the buyback as well. Double buyback from Tundra. They need to get something out of the team fight, but Beast Coast, the executive call, sound the retreat. Just look to avoid this team fight. You've already won it. You just can't bleed the numbers, and well, it looks like the top lane, it will just catch out Gojira, but that is not worth it for Tundra.
It was a great delta split, everyone running in different directions so that you weren't going to be able to get more than one out of that double buyback commitment. Just more good team play coming out from Beast Coast. And, well, Wraith King, he's getting close to his level 25 as well. So it's just more of that damage that's coming through. I'm still going to go down and saying it. Like, Skeeter's item progression has been non-existent for the past, it feels, 5 to 7 minutes. Like, he hasn't got a single item ever since picking up that Heaven's Halberd. He had the BKB, he's got the Aghanim Shard queued up just to continue to try and scale, but having bought back there, it's a big deal. And he still gets exploded in a lot of these team fights. Do they have any armor neutral items that he could potentially hold on to? I mean, that blast rig almost feels like that's what Skeeter needs to hold. It doesn't help your farm, but you're dying so damn fast.
They're going to look to smoke to the ward of the triangle. It will expire shortly, but they got a quick glimpse of Skeeter's positioning. They will see 33 afterwards as well. Go towards the Alchemist. 9's going to be the first one that they get a glimpse of. 9! Oh, face shift.
The back line. Oh, he's on the... Oh.
Skeeter's in trouble. He brought back Prior. K1. It's a big kill. They're going to be able to find it. They will. Skeeter's down and out of the count, and now 33. He'll be able to TP up. Meanwhile, in the river. So that's a lane. It's Sarksa. Well, here's another person that brought back Prior. So Beast Coast, they find 2 incredibly valued pickoffs. See what they can do with this advantage now.
Tundra doing their best to try and shove the lanes as much as possible. Bottom's already in. 9 made a beeline for top, but that mid lane fairly well protected by the entirety of the Beast Coast roster. Yep, you see the lines being drawn there by K1 saying, we want to push. They don't have any ways to be able to get the backlines. They might even try and pick off.
Gojira, oh, he got him. No way, the gobble up as well.
Oh my god.
Cookies at the ready. Can he get out? Blink in a couple seconds. Where's he going to go? Down to the south. They've got the ward though. Know exactly where 9 is. The rest of the team starting to move towards 9's location. He's falling low on mana. There is... Dude, this is going to be such a hard way to get out.
What?
He stayed. Face shift up in a couple of seconds. No way. Stinger's looking to close the distance.
Base is dying.
Oh, 9. Oh my god. Can he actually get out? Face... He blinks down. He's got to try and jaunt to the left. Gojira with the mana burn, the gobble up as well. Another phase shift. He's making it work for this. They should finally get him. Oh my god.
Somebody tip this man?
There we go, yeah. Somebody tip this man. Really getting use out of those supporter packs, but again, you just had the TA and the Wraith King all the while taking the bottom lane of Rax, so it's nothing that they're going to be caring too much about, and now it's just a matter of closing out this game. This could be Tundra's last moments in the Arlington Major. If they lose this, they are guaranteed out, and it gives Beast Coast that potential to hold on to one of those last 2 spots. Of course, it is potential of having some tiebreakers, or depending on some of these other results with Na'Vi, might just mean that they are still out of the overall tournament. So you can't count your chickens before they hatch. You just got to keep playing every single game on its merits.
Double up at the ready. Who's the first one they're looking to jump?
Oh
my
my
Phoenix
god!
Instead, and the stuns in the backline. Phoenix has got a buyback to rejoin. K1's pretty goddamn deep. They can set up for this respawn. They're going to drop the egg before he even comes back to life. He can reposition safely thanks to the BKB, and our Sting is in to cover the retreat as well. A beautiful Winter's Curse in our Beast Coast if they want. Oh, they're not going to go back in. They're happy with what they've claimed. A couple of buybacks. They have covered the retreat perfectly. A snaking buyback, and that's a buyback out of 9 as well.
No chill by Gojira as well, dropping the talentless voice line on the Nyx Assassin. I know it's one of the best ones if you're trying to flame, but goddamn, this is a team that's about to get knocked out there, and unfortunately for Snaking, he had a bit of a misplay in that team fight. Using the egg before the Sunray means that it doesn't get refreshed. You got to make sure you Sunray, then egg to get the second usage out of it, and that really felt like Tundra was discouraged from being able to go for any other follow-up.
You reckon 3% is where this game's at the moment? You feel like it's a little bit more rough for Tundra?
I'd say it's a little bit more rough for sure. Maybe just thinking they've got an Alchemist, there's always a chance. He actually goes ahead and what's he got there on the CK? I thought he bought out the Aghanim Shard just so he wanted something.
Just a red creep.
20 gold from that BKB on the CK. He needs it right now though.
Oh no, the Spike Carapace timing, dude, Gojira! How does he do it time and time again? They won't even get the first life out of K1. He's also playing with a refresher as well.
This is their last attempt. They got BKB on CK.
K1
he wants to find the Wyvern.
He's gonna jump in. K1, no remorse. Refresher popped. Another BKB if it's required. But Gojira, the Spike Carapace, making sure that Tundra have no opportunity to run into the middle. All the stuns, controlling them together. They're going to try one last attempt. Supernova's up in a couple of seconds, but they'll be down 33 again, without a buyback available on the Alchemist. A 3-on-5. They're even giving some tips over as well. The C smile for good measure. A right click and a trap. Not enough for the Mega Creeps. Soon to be swarming inside the base. Dude, Gojira! Stop it, man. This Nyx Assassin, what an incredible performance. Not only from him, but the rest of Beast Coast as well, cementing Tundra to be eliminated out of the PGL Arlington Major. You never would have expected it. A team that came third in Stockholm, but they will be done here.
Oh, what a fall from grace from Tundra, and who would have expected that EU is the first to go home? It's certainly not the discourse across the world, but you know, what word do you think is being spammed in chat right now, Aries? Ah! There we go. But it is a very, very nice victory coming through from Beast Coast. I believe as well.